Hi, good days. Hope you're doing fine. In this series, we are going to see the summary of the poem The Listeners, written by Walter D. Mare. If you are ready, let's get started. First, we will see the introduction of the poem. Walter D. Mare published the poem The Listeners in the year 1912 as the title poem of his second collection of poetry, and it remains one of his most famous pieces of writing. And in this poem reflects the author's fascination with mystery and the supernatural. The poem tells the story of an unnamed traveler who has approaching an abandoned house seemingly inhabited by ghosts. But he leaves the readers many questions as to who these entities actually are unanswered. Now we'll move on to the summary of the poem. An unnamed figure, the traveler, knocks on the door of a house in the moonlight and he asks if there is anyone inside. The traveler's house grazes in the quiet forest while the traveler waits for a response. And a bird flies out of a small tower on the house and over the traveler's head. The traveler knocks again more forcefully and repeats his question. No one comes down from the house to meet him, however, and no one even leans out of the window, the sill of which is covered in leaves, to look at him. And he stands in place, puzzled by the lack of an answer. And inside the house is a group of ghostly beings. These listeners stand in the moonlight as they listen to the human voice coming from outside. That means the traveler. And the ghostly beings crowd around the staircase onto which moonlight streaks as the quiet atmosphere in the empty house and which is disturbed by the sound of the traveler's lonely voice. And in the outside, the traveler senses a strange presence in the silence that meets his question. His horse, undisturbed, continues to graze in the dark forest, the sky above full of stars and obscured by trees. The traveler suddenly beats on the door once again and then even more loudly than before. Then he calls out, asking whoever is listening to pause on a message that no one answered him when he came to the house, but he kept his promise. And the listeners don't make any motion in response to this. The traveler's words reverberate through the dark, empty house, coming from the only living person around. And finally, the phantom listeners hear the sound. That means the traveler jump up onto his horse, and then the sound of the horse shoes on the stone path as the traveler rides away. And then the silence of the forest quickly returns as the sound of the horse forceful riding fades away. So that's how the author who ends the poem in this not proper conclusion along with more confusion. So that's all about the summary of the poem. So hope this video will be useful one, and thank you so much for watching this video till end. If you're having any suggestion, let me know in the comment section. We'll see you next video. Tada, bye bye.